What's up, guys? And today I will be talking about my top 5 teams that I think need the most work. And first off, I will be talking about the Giants. So, the Giants are just one of the worst teams in terms of talent. The only person that I think you can even consider talented is Saquon Barkley. And even then, Saquon isn't even really consistent, and he's also injury prone. And then again, he's also been in the league for I think maybe 5-6 years. I'm not too sure. I didn't look up how many years he's been in the NFL, but I know he's been in the NFL for quite a few years, and I know that he is predicted to go high this year. But the older they get, especially for running backs, the harder it is for them to perform. And also, speaking of the Giants, they don't even have like a good quarterback. Daniel Jones isn't really even like a good quarterback. He's also like a bottom 5 quarterback. Every team on this list is a bottom tier quarterback. They also don't even have like a good receiver. Kenny Galladay. I think Evan Ingram is on the Jaguars now. I don't even think they have a tight end. They have a bottom tier offensive line. They have an okay defense, but other than that, the team is just really awful. Saquon Barkley is like the only player on that team that I think will produce fantasy points this season. But other than that, I think the team is going to be absolute doo-doo. And of course, for number 2, I got the Seattle Seahawks. Rashad Penny is... he's injured a lot. And I know he rushed a lot last season, but he's injury prone. I don't think he's gonna do much this season. I mean, I had high hopes for him at first, but then the more I kept thinking about it, the more it's just like I don't have that much, hopes for him. The more it's just like he's injured. Seattle also is one of those teams with like a bad offensive line. The receivers are okay, they're overweighted, they drop balls a lot, they don't even have a good quarterback. Drew Lock and Geno Smith aren't that great. The defense is also pretty bad as well. I also just don't see the Seattle Seahawks doing that well ever since they also lost Russell Wilson. Their team is just down. They were in like they are in one of the best divisions in the NFL, and then they were one of the best in that division, and they went to one of the worst. And it's just the coaching, and then trading those players, and then just not being smart, and just having players that get injured a lot, that I just think that this team isn't gonna do well. And up third, I have the Bears. They lost Allen Robinson, they lost one of their tackles, they lost Khalil Mack, and they also don't have one of the best linemen in the league. Or just lines in the league in general. They don't have a good quarterback. They don't have like any good receivers besides maybe Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet. The defense isn't that great. David Montier is alright, but now they just even have a worse offensive line. And last year he kind of distant off, or he was trailing off, I meant, from the year prior, so I don't think David Montgomery is going to do as good this year. The Bears I can easily see being the last in the NFC North. The Lions have improved a lot. They got a first round. I think they were the first pick in the draft. They got a really good defensive end, I think. And the Bears just like didn't improve. I think they're one of the teams that actually deproved from the offseason, and they didn't pick up anybody that was very much talented. I mean, they got one of the St. Brown brothers from the Packers, but like they got like no good receivers. They really got like the running back situation is okay. The defense situation I think got worse as well. They didn't improve. They deproved. Almost everyone in the NFC North except for maybe the Packers got better, and I could just see them maybe winning 4 or 5 games this season at most. For number 4, I have the Falcons, and the only player that I really see doing good on that team is Kyle Pitts. Marcus Mariota seemed pretty good in preseason, and I think he'll hit up Kyle Pitts a lot in the regular season, but They lost Calvin Woodley. He's out the whole season. Julio Jones is not on the team anymore. Russell Gage is not on the team anymore. Cordell Patterson, I think, had a 1-year wonder. I don't think he's going to do as good this year. The Falcons also have one of those bottom tier offensive lines, and their defense is again all white, but it's not like great. It's, I would say, also like a little below average. I don't think the defense is that great. Just again, like every team on this list has a really below average offense, kind of like a below average offensive line, and just maybe an average defense at most. And on these 5 teams, they may have maybe one at max 2 offensive players that may be average or a little above average. And with that, you can't just put them in an average team or an above average team. You have to put them at one of the worst in the league. And with that, I have the Texans at 5. The Texans was a team that I was debating about the number 5 spot. The first 4, I was like, these teams probably are going to be the worst 4 in the league. Maybe the Falcons not. The only 2 teams, like I said before, that I was debating were the Falcons and Texans. Falcons only because of Kyle Pitts, but let's be honest, they got worse. But the Texans, I feel like they slightly improved. I feel like Damian Pierce might be good this season. I feel like he's a fantasy guy you should go pick. Brandon Cooks has been consistent the last 4 or 5 years, I think, ever since he's been drafted. There's only been 1 or 2 seasons that he's played where he had less than 1,000 yards. So I think he's a really good player, but overall, the Texans just aren't a good team. They don't have a set good running back. They don't really have any good receivers besides Brandon Cooks, and the defense is bad. If they just play an average or a little above average team, they won't play good. They even play somebody who's a mediocre good team. Maybe the Vikings. Of course they're gonna lose to the Vikings. Or maybe the Broncos. Or the Raiders. If you take any of those teams and put them up against the Texans, of course they're gonna beat the Texans, because the Texans have that okay offense, but not that good of a defense. All of these 5 teams don't have good offenses and not that good of a defense to get them through to win games throughout the season. And that's why I think all of these teams might win 5 games at most. So these teams include the Giants, the Seahawks, the Bills, the Chicago Bears, the Falcons, and the Texans. So I don't think these teams will be that great. So yeah, that's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. Sorry, I'm kind of thinking too fast to speak. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Let me know what y'all bottom 5 teams are, or top 5 teams. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Peace.